Hey, all right, that's my cue. Welcome, everybody. I'm Kenny Scofield, and this is the American Car Classics radio program. Welcome to our living room here at the House of Byron. With me today is Mike Carrano.
Hey, what's going on?
We're just sweating our butts off here in November.
Yeah.
Todd Biron.
Howdy.
Man, been a long day for you.
A real long day.
Is this your third Monday in a row, or does it actually feel like it's a kind of a Wednesday?
No, it feels like a Monday, definitely.
All over again.
Monday times 3.
Yeah.
That's when you're out on the golf course and the first hole was so muddy you couldn't even play it. And the second when you double bogey and you're like, I'm done. we just want to go to the 18th hole, throw the bags in there and the clubs in the bag and go have a drink.
Yeah.
This happens. He's working his butt off. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
We spent Saturday. I eat with Steve and Todd every Saturday morning out at Nettie's on Aviation Boulevard. And the only thing different about this Saturday was that I had planned on leaving the restaurant to go to Quality Auto off of Babcock there by Malabar. They've sold, and I had a lift that was going to go. I was paying $200 more than the guy that was originally going to buy it from him that didn't pay for it was going to buy, but the guy backed out last minute and said, I feel like I've got to save it for him.
Right.
As much sense as that didn't make. And so I'm telling my sob story to the guys at breakfast, and Todd's like, man, I had a lift given to me the other day. The problem is, just got to go take it apart now.
Oh.
But I don't need it. So if you can use it.
And take it apart.
Buy everybody lunch. He's already thinking about lunch. And we'll go take that thing down. So we came back to the House of Byron. We loaded up the trailer, which we had to unload with stuff. Yeah. And then we loaded up the tractor. Yep. And then we went to this designated place here and
got a lift.
We waited for the owner to show up and open the doors, and then we broke this lift down. And man, he squeezed this tractor with a back bucket on there into the nimblest little place. I was very proud of him. Very proud.
Bro, when you own a farm,
right,
you need to learn how to work a tractor.
Yeah, you can get a tractor.
Get some nimble stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to smack mosquitoes off you every once in a while.
Right.
So
yeah, because we shut the fans off, so there's no breeze right now.
Well, I feel guilty if he gets bit, and
don't worry about it. I'm used to it.
All right, so we tore this lift down, and it took a couple of hours, and Steven helped out from the shop. Thank God he was there, man. That was a good help. And
that's my hired help.
Steve is your hired help?
Yeah, we helped him.
Right. You paid him to help me. He didn't got a free lunch from Chick-fil-A.
I was going to say you didn't take him to Denny's for pancakes.
Nope. No. He specifically has an order that he gets from Chick-fil-A. I know it by now.
Okay.
And I was able to facilitate that hunger need with the right sauce and French fries, and he was able to relax for about 2 seconds.
Yeah, it worked out.
Yeah, we got that lift back to the shop, and how are we going to load this thing? And I said, well, I have that gantry crane, but that was a little tough too, and we did it, and it not too long.
Right.
Nope.
Yeah. So that was our Saturday, and well, let's talk for a second. We've had Election Day, we've had a hurricane, and Veterans Day all last week.
All last week, yeah.
So normally we try to do this each week, and we didn't because
the hurricane hit us.
Everything was going on. Yeah, normally we record on a Tuesday, Wednesday, like it is today, and it was coming in Wednesday. I guess it came in Wednesday night. But Tuesday I was already bees to the wall trying to get stuff put away because my shop is small and it's overflowing with crap. And so they kept on working until the midnight hour, and they just pulled the cars in like they do every night and then went home. And I had a lot of preparatory stuff. But we were right on the edge of the eye of this storm.
Yeah.
I was in the eye calm area for 17 minutes, and I'll bet it was 30 or 40 minutes long here as it came in across Vero Beach. We had the strongest eye wall winds and stuff. And we got a little roof damage and some fence damage, like we always get fence damage, but no real flooding, and that was big. There was a chance of that surge in the high tide and the full moon and all that other stuff.
Yeah, I think Daytona got the worst of it.
They did.
Yeah, they got it. Yeah, because the surge came up there.
Yeah.
Well, the seawalls were beaten already, and the erosion was already down from the
previous one.
Ian.
Yeah.
And so that was like 6 weeks ago, and we got hit with that. And well, that's welcome to the Sunshine State, where it rains half the time, and you've got bugs that you hate. And
still paradise. Man.
It is, man. It is, considering a lot of other things.
it's not going to be Florida.
Especially north of us is going to be awfully cold.
Well, I'm like in the Tennessee area, man. The South Carolina to Tennessee, somewhere in that area. It's kind of a thing I've always asked myself when I was going to retire. Where does a person from Florida retire?
Right.
You're staying put because you've already tried up north once.
Yeah, we tried it.
You ain't going back.
That was the longest 6 weeks of my life. I couldn't get out of there fast.
Well, you moved in the winter, right?
Well, I had to go in the worst time.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate to go there in the summer, get all settled, buy a house or something like that, and then come to winter and you're like, oh, what the hell did I do? So, yeah.
All right, so what's going on?
Well, I want to ask real quick, Todd, you had to make residence in the studio here before your house was finished.
Yeah.
How long was that? Was that 6 weeks?
No, dude, that was like
3 months?
13 weeks.
Oh, wow.
13 weeks in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 6 weeks up north was worse than the...
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
It was cold, bro. I'm a Florida boy, so,
yes, sir.
It did. I mean, we moved in there, what was it, the first week of September, so we were in here in the summer. It was hot, bro, but I had fans blowing.
Right.
It was all right.
When you used to surf, did you wear a wetsuit ever, or did you just say, I'm not going to go during the winter?
No, man, I surfed all year round.
Really? With no suit? Just a vest?
Oh, yeah, I use a suit.
Oh, you did? Okay, right.
It's cold.
boy, man.
Yeah.
Took a while.
Mike, you were off, I think, last week. You were out of town. You went
I was away.
West Coast, Florida, and had a good time?
Yep, and then this weekend I was down in Boca for a wedding. And
you've had a son in town?
My son was in town for 10 days, and he went, when did he go? He went home Saturday.
Home is New York.
Home is New York, and he was going to start the Long Island Railroad today.
So he's driving his Bronco?
He drove down and then drove home in his Bronco.
So he's putting miles on it?
Oh, yeah.
It's a
2022. The full-size Bronco.
Yeah.
I took it to Upscale Detail on Monday. And
Brandon Hernwa.
Brandon did a great job with it.
Isn't that stuff incredible?
Oh, it's unbelievable.
We're talking about graphene, but not just graphene. We're talking about Brandon Harnwa's from Upscale Detail, his graphene. This guy sat and told me one time that he, let's just say it was a six-figure number to put into the research and development of his graphene product. And no joke.
No joke. I mean, the car came out absolutely stunning. I mean, you could look on his website or Facebook page, Upscale Detail.
Yeah, I'm wearing a shirt.
And you'll see the pictures of the
wow,
cars.
Man, you got a shirt?
And you could see the pictures of the car. I mean, you could look for the Bronco. The Bronco came out just absolutely gorgeous. He did a nice, kudos to all those guys over there.
Inside too, he does inside too?
Inside and outside, a little underneath. He did the wheel wells. I think the wheel wells, they look spotless.
He's got a steam cleaner that goes in there and does that. And
does everything.
Most people use that for an interior, but that's his wheel well thing. I love that.
And the car came out absolutely. I can't thank him enough for all the thing that they did for the car. The car looked absolutely
gorgeous. And he's going to drive it back to...
he already drove it back.
Where they're going to have snow and stuff. And
it is what it is. And it's...
It'll wash off easy.
And it was... and he said... I thought it was only good for 2 years. He's 7 years. It's 7 years. Yeah. And he also contacts the accident... what is that?
Carfax.
Carfax.
And lets them know that you've been in for a service, an upscale
for graphene. And it's good for resale, but the dealers don't care about it, but people that would buy the car would care that it had graphene.
It says something about the quality of the owner.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So you had Julie's car done, her Bronco?
Yeah.
Yep, Bronco 2, Bronco Sport.
When you bought it, that was a year and...
Oh.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I didn't buy it. That's hers.
Well, okay. So she's had it for a while, but here again, it looks beautiful.
They do a great job.
Too.
Great
What's
job.
nice is it's easy to clean,
Absolutely.
You go to clean it.
I saw that he had a car show a week ago or something. I didn't know about it until I saw a customer of mine from down the Barefoot Bay area, Al, that he had brought his 47 Chevy down there, and it looked good out there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that Brandon. He has these little events.
Little events, every once in a while.
Quite a bit, but once you start having these meets all the time, it starts to get lighter and lighter.
That's
so
right.
If you spread them out a while,
Yeah, I'd like to see my favorite band every other 3 months or something instead of every weekend, kind of thing, because it really draws the anticipation for it all. So, Well, what else has been going on in the shop, Todd? Just work?
Super busy, man.
Yeah.
I see more and more cars are showing up here. Yeah. You got this Mustang, you got the Porsche, and now you got a 57 Chevy that has a little nose damage.
My guy with the Mustang. He bought that to
Right.
drive while we're building this. And
So this is his
Mustang.
project going on.
Right.
And a year and a half, a full year ago, because it was January at Meekum.
January Meekum, we got that one.
That's
got
right.
that
I've
one.
been
And-
building this for about a year and a half now.
Yeah, and so this got wrecked the other day.
Young lady blew a stop sign.
Sorry, we don't have a picture of this, but it's a '57 Chevrolet. It's very well done, and it was purchased at Meekum, and it was a good mid to high range number on the car. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
It's repairable. You've got parts.
Yeah, we were. Matter of fact, the plan was to retro rod it when we were done with the Mustang. So there's no sense in fixing it
All right.
now until
So-
we retro rod it.
All right, so
Next week it'll be here, and
Right.
that'll be up there because I got to put the Mustang up there. We got to do the pinion angle, and I've got some other things to do to it.
Okay, and then
So-
and then at the same time with this Chevy, it was crushed in the right front, and he hit a car that ran a stop sign,
Right.
and that car's toasted.
Yeah. She's lucky.
Right? No, because I mean, if this is a tank, it's a tank.
Yeah, I
you know?
talked to him today. He was actually.
And there it is up on the screen now.
Right,
You
that's
can
right.
see the
That's
front
awesome.
end of
That's
the
a '57 Chevy. Terry's right.
Oh, yeah.
And you got blessed because Steve happened to take 5 minutes when he was in the restroom and look at Facebook Marketplace, and he found you
a really good hood and 2 fenders.
That's great.
for a great price. And
Yeah,
you're
I mean,
happy.
look at that. That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, guys are going to be looking at that car and saying, "Oh man, what a shame!" And this car was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it sure was.
It
Brought it home.
was. It
Sure
runs
was.
like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to drive it when we
And then
LS it.
and then we're gonna get out of here soon for a first quick break. But you said you're planning on doing a retro rod.
Yeah.
Retro rod.
Retro, not
All right.
resto.
So right.
Resto,
so, and there's a
retro,
difference.
whatever you
Well,
want.
Okay.
we're going to talk about that. It's actually part of the show that we were going to do and stuff. So we'll get into that.
It's going to be
and,
Tado rod.
And
It's Tado rods.
Tado rod.
can it just
It's like
be
the
a Todd-
J-Lo commercial.
Can't
I've got
be a-
my own thing now.
Like
bro.
that J-Lo commercial. Energy. We got Tado
Yeah.
rod now. There we
Todd
go.
rod, just a Todd rod.
I will be back.
All right, we'll be right back. I can't help but get a smile on my face when I hear that song.
And what's bad is that you're drumming to it,
Yeah.
but on the screen you're on a delay, so it looks like you're way off.
Oh, well, I nailed it. I nailed it, man. Greg, trust me, if you're watching, man, I nailed it.
It all comes together in the final product. You don't have to worry about that. That's part of why having the monitors not the best idea.
And that
That's funny
voice.
because I was saying that thing's lagging over there.
Yeah. Real quick, let's do some fill in here. As Mike and Todd and I are usually sitting up here with Steve Charbonneau.
Right.
We are the four hosts of this show.
Yeah.
Behind us is Bryce Shanka, and he's our producer, and we praise and thank him very, very much, even though we have to pay him. He doesn't just like to be here. The music that you hear on this show, the music that you catch on our reels and our videos, and most time when we go to car show events, when I'm in control of that.
It's AC. No, I'm joking.
Well, Brian Johnson has a role in this from ACDs because
Right.
he's actually a neighbor and a friend of Greg Billings.
Yeah.
The music is of Greg Billings and Stranger and Damn Torpedoes and Abraham Billings, which are all stuff that Greg has done over 40 years. I grew up being praised and blessed with Greg Billings and the Stranger Band and Ronnie Garvin and so many other guys. And it's just been a great ride for 40 years, and we've been blessed to be able to use his music on this show. And so lots of thanks for all that. So we just hope you enjoy it. If you want to pick something up, you go in there, you find Stranger Band, you look up Greg Billings, you can get his whole library. It's kick-ass.
Yeah, I think we had it up on the monitor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bryce does a lot of things I don't look
Yeah.
at.
Well, I'll keep an eye on it. I'll let you know.
Good, because I'm ADHD and it's hard enough as it is.
There it is, the Greg Billings
There's a
Band.
moth
It's up
that starts
there.
flying around and I want to watch it. 'Cause I'm going to catch it.
It's like with a dog with a squirrel. Squirrel
Yeah.
looking around, you know.
Yeah, and your dog, tell me, it's Kobe, right?
Kobe.
And she.
She.
Yeah, right. Well, she's a giant rot. What does she weigh? 130?
I don't know.
Okay.
She's big.
She's big. We pull up here. Bryce and our first ones. Julie's just walked in the door. She's out back with the donkeys. I had not a light on.
Right.
We pull up. It's already getting dark because Daylight savings time.
Daylight savings.
And so we pull up, and he says, "I don't see anybody but a big dog." I get out. She's like, weaving like she's been abused for months, left in a hot cage.
I walk in there after work. She's like, all over me.
She's just happy to see you.
I love it.
At least
So
somebody.
when we left the show, little teaser was there on the '57 Chevy of Terry's, and we talked about Todd-rodding it, and that's going to be a new something we're going to. It's going to be. I see the T-shirt already.
I can see something
Yeah,
like that.
but you own a collision center and a classic restoration shop. Two different things. One you're focused on, the other is insured. So, so this is a car that you got for a customer that you went and looked at Meekum when we were all there, and you picked it out and he bought it, and he's been enjoying it for most of a year, and it got in an accident. But now you're gonna, and so my question is almost a tech talk question: is what is the difference between restomod or retro rod? Or what's the other one? The Pro Touring. So can we get a breakdown on all these? Steve is a good one on this.
Yeah,
stuff,
Steve would know more.
Yeah, I don't know what
I mean, to me, they all look the same.
Yeah.
Restomod, Pro Touring, they all look the same.
Right. I think a Pro Touring has to have a roll cage or something. It has to be more of a race-ready car.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Now, what do you consider the Mustang here? Is this going to be a Restomod? I mean, what do you have in it?
Probably
What engine do you have in this one?
It's got the Coyote Illuminator.
Coyote Illuminator?
Yeah, it's got the TCI front suspension. It's got the 4-link in the rear, and it's got a Tremec.
To me, it's a restomod.
Right, and
because it's
you get
everything
big
modern
money
inside of a restored car.
And for resale, this is the way to go.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's the way to go.
I've seen them go for $500,000.
Now, are these the wheels? Are these the wheels they're going to use, or these are mock-up wheels?
Those are the ones he wants. So, you give them what they want. So
what size are they?
Clean them up. I think they're 15s,
Right. So, to me, that's the offset thing about this car is for me where the money is, this would have 17s and maybe 19s in the back.
17s and 19s, yeah.
That's just bringing it all together and doing. Now, this one also, it doesn't have mini tubs.
No.
So, that's another big one because everybody wants that 12 inches of meat.
Well, you want to be able to fit.
Which you should know about.
He didn't want to change the wheel wells probably, and so he got the 15-inch rim.
Right.
He really left it up to me. He just wanted.
Oh, okay.
He wants those wheels. It's
okay.
That's what
I mean, they look good.
The stance is incredible.
I mean, they're dusty,
Yeah.
Sitting and,
right.
Once they're all polished up, I think they'll look great.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I talked to him a little bit today. He said, he's asked me when we think we're going to get it running.
It's going to be soon.
What was that,
It's gonna
Todd?
be soon.
Yeah.
And
well, you just got the radiator.
Yeah, well, I just got the radiator.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Corey,
Yeah.
thank you,
Okay.
Corey. Got me
Right.
radiator and the catch can.
Right.
So, Corey, this is Corey. What's the name of his shop?
Radiator Technology.
Radiator Technologies
and
up
he's
in Sebastian.
Yeah,
That's right.
And
Right.
it does a
Shout
hell of a job, I will tell you.
The work is flawless.
And I'm sure he's busy, just like
he is
everybody.
busy.
So
And he's a
that kinda
one
puts
man
you
with his
down.
wife, right? Still works with his wife?
Nope. He's by himself.
Okay.
Yeah.
He had Justin there.
Yeah, but Justin's got his own shop going, right?
And he put the engine in my car.
Justin did.
Justin and Corey.
Right.
They both did it. I think Justin put it in, and I think Corey wired everything.
Okay. Because I didn't know Corey was technician. I felt he was fabricator.
He does
why
a
not?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah, he
Okay.
does a little bit of everything. I mean, when you get a radiator from it, radiator, depends on where you live. I mean, they absolutely look beautiful.
They are.
He does
They're
a
super
great
nice.
job.
Yeah.
Great job with it.
Yeah.
He does a hell of a job on fuel cells.
Yep.
I mean, that's what he's doing. I mean, he built the fuel cell for this car.
Okay.
He's doing the one for the Buick Roadmaster.
right.
So we measured all that up yesterday and come up with an idea for filling and stuff like that.
And you can spend 3 or 4 hours in a day doing some quick mock-up and measuring and all this, and it doesn't look like anything's been done that week. But in hindsight, you really have, because it's you build something. You have to put something together. Now, when you get the tank and you get it fit in, this is when you can truly start mocking up, unless you've got a mock tank or making one out of cardboard, that you can go in and start doing filler adapters and,
Well, there's a lot. And on top of that, I might have to cut a hoop through the rear body panel so we don't get no kinks, so we don't have any kickback on the, filling it with fuel or anything like that. So those are some concerns I had with, mocking this thing up with him yesterday. And
at the same time,
yesterday.
At the same time you're building it, you have to think about the future. I'm going to wrap exhaust around this. So if I'm trying to get a big enough tank in there, I've got to remember that I'm going 2.5 inch to 3 inch exhaust on this. And where's that going to run? Because you run it, you're heating the fuel tank up, you get vapor lock, premature, something, all these can happen. So you got to think about all that down the road. So we see Kindigit and these guys, they go through and they don't really show it, but they've taken that car and putting it together 3 or 4 times.
Probably more than that.
And let me and just watching some of these guys on Kindigit or Martin's or Iron Resurrection or even I watched the Las Vegas Rat Rods.
The Rat Rods.
And I tell you, the metal work, to know how to do fabrication is just unbelievable.
I watched Joe Martin the other day take a piece of cardboard and go in there and trim it to fit a tunnel. And he went over and he rolled it out and put it in there. By God, it was almost perfect the first run. Now, that's the camera. Right. We don't know how many he trimmed to do. Right. But it makes it look so simple, but they've got a time constraint. And I said the other day, I think I said to you off just when we were talking, you build a car and they do it in an episode or even 2.
Right.
How long was that crew filming that restoration?
A long time.
Yeah, a long time.
A long time. I mean, people have gotten haircuts, had kids, gotten married or divorced. I mean, life has really gone on. You know, it's
building a car is not something that's going to be done overnight.
Right.
I mean, not something for the majority be done in a year. I mean, if you stayed on it, that one car every day, you had a few people on it, then you put too many people on a car, you're tripping over each other. Yeah. You have too many opinions and suggestions get in the way.
Well, there's got to be a captain,
and you got to trust your people too. You know, because I see with Ken Diggett, and I see with Steve Darnell at Vegas Rat Rods, and I see with Joe Martin. He lets his guys do it. They fabricate all that metal. They're using cardboard and pieces of paper to make these metal parts. It's just unbelievable. If you have a good metal fabricator, you can pretty much do anything.
But Mike has been with Joe Martin for so long that he literally calls him his brother.
Right.
And then his brother actually works there with him and his wife, who he goes home with each night. And so they really are a tight-knit bunch. And that's all they do is restorations.
Right.
See, he's doing collision half the day or most of the day, and I'm doing mom-and-pop auto repair.
Right.
You know, so the restoration comes in second, which the people don't really like. But, hey, they love that they're getting it at $75 an hour and not the 110 or 150 that would be on top of all that. So pro and con to it all, you know. But
because a lot of these guys on TV aren't doing collision work; they're doing strictly restoration.
And that's where I'm heading back into. I made that avenue for the collision, and
me too.
And I've neglected the
restoration part,
and I like that. I've already had the collision down the road.
Yeah.
So we'll have the expansion here, and you'll have all the. We'll have more cars in the garage.
Yeah, we're mid-50s, you and I, but and we're not ready to retire. We're not retiring, but we're hopefully ready to be a little bit more in control of our daily duties and structure. Is that probably fair?
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for.
He's ready for change.
You are not.
I could have done a long time ago.
Real fast. You are not opening a restoration shop for the general public to come and drop off cars.
No.
Okay, that's all I wanted to say.
There you go.
So that's the first half of our show. We're gonna cut out to break, and we're gonna keep talking for a few minutes. I didn't know. I thought there was a minute. So anyway, all right. So listen. So we also had last week the last race of the NASCAR season. So when we do come back from break, we're going to talk about NASCAR. I've got some tech talk going on here. And we've got this little thing here in Florida that's called the Turkey Rod Run.
Little thing.
We're going to talk a little bit about that as we do that too. So I thought we had 30 seconds. Bryce, you can talk too.
29.
Yeah, just 29 seconds. So we'll listen to the music coming out.
As live, we've got our monitor hooked up down below here, and it's a different clock setup than what I'm used to. So I'm trying to add a bunch of stuff, which I love numbers and everything. But while we're doing this, and I had 2 beers with 2 chicken strips, and I don't drink, and I do eat. So it's all just a little bit play.
Probably many
fun.
Beers.
Remember Mickey's Big Mouth?
Oh, yeah.
The little green
Them
keg
things will
with
hurt
the
you.
cans. Oh, they will.
We'll be back after this.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Appreciate y'all for hanging out. I know the breaks are kind of pointless right now, but it's where we have to go and do a little bit of stuff. 2.5 minutes. Hope it wasn't too long for you. So back to our show. This is the American Car Classics Radio program. My name is Kenny. This is Mike, and this is Todd. Todd looks a little bit exasperated today. He's tired, but it is hump day, so he's just building up to Friday. That's all he's doing. We've been talking about and following mostly because I'm still into it enough. NASCAR. I think we all used to be pretty big on it.
I used to go all the time. Yep. Homestead and Daytona.
Okay,
yeah.
I did Daytona and Charlotte a lot, and you quit February 18th. 2001.
No.
A little bit after that.
The last race I went to was when Kevin Harvick took the championship in Homestead. We had them pit passes. We were right there in his pits. So.
Oh, he did burnout, and Julie got hit with rubber off his car. That's right.
Yeah, so.
Well, you talk about that, huh?
But we gradually after that.
Yeah. We're talking about when Dale Earnhardt passed away.
Right.
And NASCAR changed. And it's changed a lot. And I talk about stuff, and we're not going to get into all that because we've got a lot of stuff going on. And we've already talked enough about silly things. But the championship was going on, and the Final Four were Christian Bell and Ross Chastain and Joey Logano and Chase Elliott. And in the final race, Joey Logano, he led 187 out of 312 laps. He won the pole, he won the first stage, and he won the race. And at the end of that, he won the championship because he had a hell of a day. This was out at Phoenix International Raceway. But Ross Chastain, everybody's new favorite that they're talking about, might be voted as the most popular driver of the year because of that one Martinsville event. He wrecked Chase Elliott.
Right.
Yeah.
It happens, bro.
It does. It's racing. The Chase was in 9th place. He wasn't in 2nd place, and he didn't wreck him hard. He didn't wreck him on purpose, but he did it like he's done a lot of the year, which is driving hard. And back in the day, you reward somebody for that, but now you're almost like, this guy's not conforming to what we do.
That's why I don't watch it.
Right.
They're all a bunch of
bleepers, man. They are.
Yeah, I mean.
So we're done with NASCAR.
I mean, look how many times.
Well, that's where it's going. If you don't conform, that's where the government's going too. You don't conform, they hammer you.
Yeah.
They said they're going to change the rule on this. That they absolutely loved what he did. Yeah, because it was great for ratings.
It was
NASCAR
great for ratings.
Number one in the news.
Oh, absolutely.
Everywhere for 2 weeks.
Of course they are, because they've been so far down.
But now they're going to make changes, and that is an illegal move.
That's an illegal move.
It is an illegal move.
Why is that?
Next year, because it's not. The tracks aren't built for that. The cars aren't built for that.
It doesn't meet NASCAR standards.
Safety standards.
We have to ruin the sport. That's why we have nobody watching it.
Right. The safety standards. I mean, it was a great move. You can't deny the guy. He definitely learned it from playing video games. He said it was a video game move.
That was a brilliant move.
It was brilliant. And to just he wasn't planning. It was no way to plan where you are and whatever.
No.
He just said, "I got nothing to lose.
I'm going to give it a shot.
F it."
Yeah. And he gave it a shot.
Nobody hit 5th gear on that track but him that day.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
And he just flung it around, and there it is.
So kudos to Joey Logano. I'm not a big fan of him, but kudos to him for winning the championship.
For winning.
He was there all year long. So we do this thing also with Mecum Auctions. We do a lot with Mecum. They treat us very, very well, and we love their business. Frank and his dad, Dana, John Cramen. They all are just such great people and friends of the show and do so much with us. So we do this little thing where I go on there and I try to find a couple cars that are coming up in an auction. They have like 18 of them now a year, so we're not short on cars. And the market is so hot on these that we come in and I ask everybody to take a little bid and see what that goes for and how they do. So, Mike, you were absent last week for this, but we had a out in Vegas. It sold. It was 1968 convertible Camaro Corvette, and we guessed. Todd, I came in at 68,000. You came in at 57, and Steve, he splits the middle between us like he does. He came in at 63,005. Bryce took a shot at it, 69.
That's right.
I think he just likes the number. It sold for $34,000.
Oh, it's not wasn't a big block car.
$650.
That's not a big block car then, obviously, right?
So Todd wins.
No, it was a big block car.
It was?
It is a 350 cubic inch.
That's why.
Man.
That's why.
4-speed.
Yeah, it's not a big block car. That's what
I
happens.
don't remember.
Yeah,
right. Well, so Todd, you won.
Oh,
because
yay for me!
You get a T-shirt, Todd.
Where is it?
You were only
detail, we'll say.
$23,000 off. So, right. The next one
That's
was
lunch money.
Right, was a 1980 Pontiac Turbo Trans Am. Yeah, this was the 4.9 liter, Mike.
No power.
It was white with a red interior and automatic transmission.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did it have the Screaming Eagle on it or no?
It did have the Screaming Eagle, yes, sir.
Okay.
So Todd came in at 35.
Right.
Steve was 28. I was 33.
Yeah, it was probably in the 20s, that car, right?
23.
23.
23.
Wow.
So Steve wins it.
Yeah.
Well, Steve, I'll bring you your shirt tomorrow.
Love that.
Hey, we got a little.
So the next ones that are coming up, and Mike gets to be privy of this now is good. This is going to be at the Kansas City auction, Mecum Auctions, December 1st through the 3rd. They have 700 cars in 3 days.
Right.
They move them out, man.
And you see the projection for Kissimmee this year?
4,000 cars.
4,000, yeah.
And they got the clock on there.
Yeah, they got the clock. They're up to 2,800.
Yeah. I love that. I love
4,000 cars.
So I'm going to put my little spectacles on so I can actually see something here real quick. So this is a 1957 Chevy 210.
210.
Yep, that is not a 210.
Same car.
Yeah, this is a Southern car, an M21 4-speed transmission. It says that it is an older restoration. It has vintage air, power steering, power brakes, electronic instrument cluster, and radio with new glass. It does not mention the engine, which is, I don't know why.
You got to assume that it probably has a small block in it.
Yeah, it's an older restoration, so I'm going to say it's not an LS.
Maybe 327, 350 in
right.
it. Dad's got a big block in
right.
it because they boast about that.
All right.
So what do you think?
Mike, Kenny, and Todd.
Can I see a picture of
Absolutely.
it? Let me see the picture of it here.
Black
57, looks like it's red.
Yeah, I sent a picture to Bryce. I don't know if he got that up or not.
Yep, it is red.
It is red.
And it's got a post, so it's not a sport coupe.
Yeah, it's a 210 post.
Yeah, 210 post.
Right, which is less favorable.
They did well. It's favorable if you want to race, if you want to get any power.
Right, because it's
so you don't
rigid.
have the flex in the thing. But it'll probably go for maybe 45. Because to me, just from the picture here, it looks like the front fender is different color than the rest of the body. Unless it's just the angle.
Door,
it does.
Right. So the door definitely looks darker than
yeah.
Right.
So maybe like 45, maybe.
Mike, 45.
40.
Wow, 40. I'm going to go 50.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, I think that after what we saw at Chattanooga and that stuff that came through, man.
See, you just never know, though. You know, Chattanooga's
this
different.
is
Every city's got their clicks with
They
the cars,
do.
what they're going to go for.
They do.
So,
but I just think back to your truck.
Did 700. They did 700
cars there.
Yeah.
I think they did more than
But
that.
the first 60 that went
they did
through.
more. They did more in Chattanooga than they did in Chicago.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. Now
So you know what?
Chicago,
They'll
but they
probably
missed.
flip 'em.
See, they missed 2 years in Chicago because of
COVID.
That virus
Yeah,
thing.
but-
and so people, I think, fell off of that.
Chicago's a much bigger place.
Much bigger. Much bigger.
Chattanooga, you rocked,
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it.
All right. So the next one I had, is the 1974 Pontiac Grand Prix. This is a 400 cubic inch automatic. It is brown with a tan interior. It does have a 4-barrel carburetor. It is a turbo hydromatic 350, power steering, power disc brakes, bucket seats, rally 2 wheels, power windows and door locks, tilt wheel, air conditioning, power trunk release, dual exhaust, one previous repaint. Odometer reads 59,000 miles.
Woo!
So basically all stock.
30 grand.
Just the way, that's right on the money, I think, Todd, 30 grand. So if Todd's going to go for 30, I'll say 32.
Okay.
I don't think it's going to do much. That's PHS documents. So
They were cool cars back
Yeah,
then.
they are.
Which that says something,
They
Mike,
are
right?
yeah, it says it right there.
No, but PHS means that you got a
it's
little
Pontiac,
bit more to it,
Pontiac
right?
history. It's got some
right.
documentation to it.
So Todd's coming in at 30.
I'll say 32 on that one. But again, it's a nice car, and they probably had the maybe it was the Oldsmobile.
I'm going to say 28 on it.
28.
Yep. And I've got one more real quick.
2 minutes.
2 minutes. This is 1973 Ford Mustang convertible. It has a 351
Sounds like my brother's car.
It does.
73? Is that what you said?
It's a 73 Ford Mustang convertible, 351 cubic inch, 4-speed, black on black.
Black on black.
Yeah, one of 293 built in this engine and transmission combination per Marty report. I'll let you all look at that for a second.
So let's get the Marty report.
Yeah.
It's still
Sorry that we don't have images of this stuff and all that.
It's still a
We'll try to get them up on a couple reels that we have. And if we can do that, then you all can continue to follow along. And know what we're looking at. I'll tell you real quick while Mike's looking at that. This is coming up from the Mecum auction in Kansas City on December 1st through 3rd. I'm going to say that the lot number for the 57 Chevy was F123.1. The Grand Prix was lot 70 F78. And the lot number for the Mustang is lot F173. All right, Mike, you're doing what?
I'm going to do 28 on that.
Todd.
I mean, it's a 73.
I'm going 33.
Todd said 32.
Did he?
Yeah.
Did you say that already?
Yeah.
Or 4, but 32 is a good number because
You're right.
I mean, hell, look at the 65, Rod.
Right.
We will watch this as it comes, and then right after December, and then we get the results from everything. I'll go ahead and see who did what on that and everything else. That's a little bit of a fun thing for me.
30 seconds.
Let's go ahead and 30 seconds. We're going to talk about what's coming up here. The Thanksgiving weekend is coming up, and we're going to do a show right before Thanksgiving, and then we're going to go on a nice 4-day weekend where we get to go and enjoy this thing called the Turkey Rod Run. And I have not been.
You've never been there?
25 years.
Oh, wow.
I'm there every year. It's a parts warehouse.
Yeah, if you need parts, that's the place to go.
It is the infield of the Daytona International Speedway, which the track is 2.5 miles long. So you can only imagine what the infield is like other than Lake Lloyd. It's stacked and packed with cars, vendors, parts, man.
Parts.
We'll be right back. You guys hang out. Short break. Last segment coming up. Thank you so much.
And we'll talk more about it.
That's right. Alligator Alley, baby. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. We hope you've enjoyed this impacted hour of the American Car Classic Radio program.
Riff, man.
It's got a little Van Halen sound to it, that last song there.
That is Ronnie Garvin, and he's passed. But I remember sitting in front of the stage real fast one time. We were at 49th Street Mining Company, and he comes in the front of the shirt. He's always wearing a white shirt, torn off sleeves, and he comes in the front, and he's just wailing on the guitar. He looks down at me. He's like, nods over, and there's the girl over there. I look at her, I was like, he's like, and he pulls back of the guitar and just runs back to the speaker.
Right.
And I'll never, ever forget that moment. Gosh, dang. So,
a lot of good moments at concerts. You know?
Man, so many. And you got your stories. Look,
absolutely, yeah.
So we're going to get into Mike's, this is his segment. He does the weekend weather and car show report.
Yeah.
So
no
the weather in Florida.
The weather down here has been absolutely beautiful. Today was a little hot, but I think the rest of the week is going to be perfect. I mean, it's going to be in the low 80s, high 70s. Oh, yeah, it's going to be beautiful. No rain in sight.
Awesome, man.
So it's really going to be nice. I mean, we're all going to go to, on Saturday, we got the Route 60 Hyundai Car Show.
That's right.
Yeah. Everybody's going, and that's November 19th from 10 to 2 at Route 60 Hyundai, 8575 20th Street right here in Vero Beach. It's put on by High Performance Promotions. They do a pretty good job. Yeah. Yep. They're going to have awards and drawings and vendors and you name it, they're going to have it. Ken's going to be there. Todd's going, I guess.
I think Steve's coming in the Camaro. I think everybody's going to make room for this. Maybe he can't stay the whole time or whatever. Todd and Steve, they've got a lot going on. So I'll do there. Tommy is the owner of the place, and he's a really good guy. He's a friend of the show, but one of his employees, Rhett Riddle, is a good friend of the show. Been on here a couple times, and he works for him in the service department. Yeah. So what else you got?
And then next weekend is the Big Turkey Rod Run, right?
The Big Turkey Rod Run.
I mean, that's 4 days. Does it start on Thursday, right?
It does start on Thursday, and it's 4 days.
Thanksgiving. It's been got to be 40 years now. What are they up to 40?
Yeah, so this is
like 49.
49?
It started in 1975, so that'd be 47 years.
47 years.
47 years.
Close.
And it started with a gathering of 45 cars at a hotel. in Daytona Beach, and it is now one of the country's largest combined car showing swap meets. So
yeah, so if you're redoing a car, head down to Daytona. I mean, it's the place to be. You'll have plenty of parts.
over 5,000 collector cars will be on display. That's crazy.
A lot of trading going on. If you got a car that you just want to get rid of, guys will trade you. They'll buy it. They have a car corral. Meekum Auction should be there. They're usually there every year.
That's where you get your bidders pass.
I get my bidders pass there. It's usually half price. So
Bumper boys are always there.
Bumper boys are there.
I wouldn't buy a bumper.
I know that's right. They also about
you know
15.
what? You say that, but you know what? I bought a bumper from them for the Javelin, and it was fine. I guess some people have bad stuff with them. But
I bought one from them, man. 2 months later, the thing was rusting out. I'm like,
well, you got to.
If you get one that because they take a core in.
Yes, they do.
And if they got a good core, then they can redo it a little bit better. But if they're getting a repop nothing already and they're putting a thin coat of chrome on that, then you get that risk.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem.
I bought one
They're
to put
not
on
like Space Coast.
No,
nothing's like Space Coast plating.
Space Coast chrome plating is the best. That's right.
Yeah.
So I bought one and put it on the cut list that we sold at Meekum. So I don't know how it's doing.
Yeah.
Well, that'd be different. You know?
It might be different. I mean, guys were telling me just try to spray the inside of it, the underneath, and maybe it'll last.
They've got one coming up in the spring, the Turkey Rod Run too.
Yeah, that's in
usually 15 years
around
ago?
Easter. Yeah, they started that.
Yeah, that's going to be the fourth weekend of March.
Oh, it's March.
Yeah, so it's going to be the week before Easter this year.
Right. And that's usually a lot of fun. I mean, if you have an AMC, the AMC Club is usually there for the spring rod run. But the Turkey Rod Run is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, I got fenders for the wagon, I got a hood for the wagon, I got some parts that I couldn't find. I got a tailgate. There's parts that you just can't get anywhere at the Rod Run. I got a whole floor. For my wagon.
And all kinds of other stuff, you know.
Yeah, you could
walk down there a mini bike or.
Oh yeah.
There's some bikes, you know.
Oh yeah.
There I can.
Anyway. Yeah,
Todd's got a
bring home. He's got a problem with dirt bikes.
Do you go with a trailer? Do you bring a trailer?
No, I figured if there's something I want, I'll put it on the. I bring.
You'll call Ron or
Steven.
Steven.
The truck.
Yeah.
You can always I can put 10 bikes on the back.
That's right. He can always put it right up on the back of the truck.
Yeah. So what else?
I got December 10th, Treasure Coast Elementary, another one right around from here, is having a car show from 9 to 1. The only thing I don't have is the address for Treasure Coast Elementary. It wasn't on the flyer that they sent us.
Not there?
No. So, because I remember guys were asking me, you know where it is? Look it up. Treasure Coast Elementary.
There's only one.
It's from 9 to 1, December 10th. If you have any problems, you can contact Ben at 386-562-4228. And that's for the Cub Scouts. The Cub Scouts are going to have a Pinewood Derby. Maybe Todd should build a little Pinewood Derby thing.
I had a soapbox derby car when I was young.
No time for that.
You don't have time for that?
Ain't got no time for that.
And then Space Coast Harley is having a Cars for Tots show. That's going to be put on by Misfit Society 21.
Okay.
That's Cars for Tots. And that's on December 17th at Space Coast Harley up in Palm Bay. That's from 11 to 4.
Yeah, the Misfit guys do a lot of tuners.
Is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's
good guys. Good guys. Couple Skylines.
But you know what? Their flyer has some classic cars. They didn't say anything about tuners, so it's a Toys for Tots thing.
Yeah, it's everybody.
So there'll be a lot of stuff there. Jeremiah's Italian Ice is going to be there, and a bunch of other. That's put on by a lot of people.
That is 1/4 of a mile from my house.
Right.
Yeah, it's right next door to Denny's.
And then we'll get into February another time because February's so far away.
Yeah.
But come down to the car shows. We'll have a good time.
So car shows, man, they cost a little bit of money to go to.
Yeah.
There's a difference between a car show and a cruise.
Yep.
Yeah.
A cruise
when you cruise in like
at
the TNA or something like
right.
that. Yeah.
TA truck stop. It's not TNA. It's TA
truck stop. Everybody says TNA.
TNA, yeah. Hey, man, what can I say?
It's TA truck stop.
We went there one time and we
I'm a dude.
all sat down at the table, like 6 of us sat down at the table, Todd, Julie, and Ken and his girl and all that stuff. And I said, well, I'm getting pancakes. And they're like, Kenny eats so many pancakes. And everybody at the table ordered pancakes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Good stuff. So the TA truck stop is a cruise in. It costs you nothing. It has no trophies or awards.
Right.
You go there, you hang out with some friends, you talk, you say hello, much like the Oslo Saturday night McDonald's
Exactly.
cruise.
Every Saturday at Oslo Road and Vero Beach is that one.
Yeah. Now a car show, they produce trophies.
Correct.
Or they produce prizes. They produce
They have DJs.
Yeah,
DJs, gift bags, you name it, they got it.
So,
and real quick, you're talking about the TA truck stop.
There's a fee for those.
It should be this Monday because it's usually the third Monday of the month.
Okay.
So it should be right up there at the Vero Beach at 60 and 95.
Yeah. And it's a great little time. Look, man, I think 30 cars every time.
Yeah.
More on some weekends. And as it cools down, it's going to be more.
Yeah.
Yeah. People like Gary McDonald have come back into town as a snowbird with his
Ronald
Pontiac. And Ronald
McDonald.
Yeah. I thought you were talking to Smith because he's a Ronald on.
And I think also also this Saturday, I think up in Dunkin' Donuts up in Indianapolis is on Saturday.
Yeah, we have a couple in Sebastian, which is where you live, and you're the president of the Sebastian Muscle Car Club, and they do a Burger King out there
on Thursdays,
512.
And they do the Sandwich Shack on Tuesdays,
and then the McDonald's.
McDonald's is Thursday.
That's
Thursday.
Right.
Thursday.
So,
Burger King is the first Monday, I believe, of the month.
But these are guys that just want to go and hang out.
Just hang out. It doesn't cost anything.
And everything else. So those are the ones that we suggest some people should go to because they are free and it's quick and easy. You can come and go as you want. No constraints or restraints or anything else. So,
people got to understand when you have a car show, you have to charge something. Whether, because car shows aren't cheap.
Nope.
You guys have put them on. Todd's done a cruise and he doesn't charge anything, but of course, it's expensive.
I think my last car show cost me over $1,500.
$1,500, and that was just for trophies and prizes. You want everybody to have a good time,
After we took in all of the car show money and stuff like this, it's still because we had live bands, we had great barbecue from Ricky Hodge, Hodgepodge Barbecue. We had so much going on, but it costs, and then we had 3 or 4 other car shows going on in the same areas of
correct.
So you don't get your 200. We only got 87 or something like that, but still we had a great time. And the money isn't about the money for us. Is that it was a promotion for our business, Dolphin Auto. It was our 10-year anniversary. We just had a good time. We brought some friends out and had a good time.
Right.
So got 2 minutes left. So I want to do something real quick, and I want to say, give a shout out to some friends of the show. Jake Fairchild is our local area sales rep for Jasper Engines and Transmissions. Jasper Engines and Transmissions is #1 in their field. They don't rebuild; they redesign. It is incredible what they do, but they give a lot of love to our show. So I want to mention them real quick. Todd Biron's Classic Restorations, as I said, it's got a 5.0 rating on Google. 1212 23rd Street for now. Treasure Coast Automotive is no longer, but Treasure Coast Auto of Vero Beach. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
That is Steve Charbonneau's shop. It is 1212 23rd Street. I'm not stumbling. It's the same address.
He's with me.
There are suite numbers. He is sweetness, and Steve is just sweet. So Dolphin
he's like
Auto,
a little Dr. Pepper.
That's right. Yeah. Dolphin Auto is out in Grant, and if you know where that is, great. Our phone number is 321-984-8322. Sebastian Muscle Car Club is our
Facebook page. You could just look in this. We post on car shows there, and we do stuff on Facebook and the American Car Classic.
New Vision Eye Center, 1055 37th Place in Vero Beach. C.W. Willis Farms. They're out on Route. No, they're out on
Oslo Road.
Oslo Road.
Great people.
Yeah. Just west of 27th Avenue.
And when you look at their website, C.W. Willis Farms, you would know. I mean, they've got landscaping. You can buy trees, sod, rocks. You can go there and have a great burger. I think they were voted best burger in town.
Yeah, and they're fixing to build a big produce distribution.
Yeah,
and they've got some great. Tiana got my mom a passion fruit vine. It was beautiful. And Route 60 Hyundai, Tommy and the guys out there are
this
great
Saturday
of ours as well. And that car show is going to be Saturday.
And you can follow us on Facebook, American Car Classics, Twitter, you name it. And you can call the hotline 772-584-1048.
That's right.
Or email us at americancarclassics@yahoo.com. We'll answer some questions. We're good to go.
Yeah. So we hope you've enjoyed the hour. We do appreciate y'all hanging out and doing this with us. Tell a friend. Get on Facebook. Like it. Leave a comment. Something we can talk about. If you've got a tech talk question, get it to us somehow on the internet or on the hotline, and we'll read this online. We'll try to help you out with your problems. It's what we do for a living. We're car guys. So we just hope that you've enjoyed it and hanging out with us and everything else. We'll try to be here each week for you all to enjoy, So thanks for getting out here tonight, guys, and doing this with us.
Yeah, and we'll see you all next week.
All right.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
Y'all come back now. You hear? That's our taglines. Thank you.